Hey guys, Jono here, and we have got a really cool video today. You guys have been sending quirky tools and interesting tools for me to look at. We did a shout out to celebrate 150,000 subscribers, which seems insane to say. And we said, if you want to send me some quirky tools to look at, get them in the post, and here they all are. My camera guy has been looking after this, and I think he's repacked a few of them because the labels maybe give away what was in the boxes. Some of these have been sent from businesses and other tool companies, and we've got some big heavy boxes and we've got some small little packets. So should be a pretty cool mystery box opening. I'm quite excited to see what's in some of these. And also to celebrate, we've introduced this new t-shirt to our merch store. We'll put a link in the description. You'll actually be able to see a picture of this t-shirt right below the video. Click that if you want to go and get one. I think it's a pretty nifty design, a bit of a tool flat lay with the Shadow Foam logo right in the middle. Let me know what you think, and if you want one, we'll put links in the description. So with that being said, let's open up these mystery parcels.
Well, that's a big mystery.
First things first, before I open any of the parcels, we do need a toolbox to organise whatever quirky tool finds we get. And I had one of those sent over to me. This was actually dropped off in person. Dave at Fire Safe Plumbing, you bought a drill and the case you didn't need, so you dropped it off. Well, we're going to organise all the tools in it today. These Milwaukee fuel cases are quite nice because you can pick them up sometimes for about 5–10 quid. A lot of the retailers will buy drill kits, split them down, sell the batteries, chargers and drills separately, and then they're overrun with these cases. So the Milwaukee fuel, they do clip together. They're quite a nice case. And if you search online, you can get these really well priced. And if you didn't know already, we have Shadow Foam inserts that fit perfectly inside the Milwaukee fuel case, just like that. So as we go through and open the tools, I will organise them in the Shadow Foam. We'll cut them all at the end. Let's get into the parcels. And the first one catching my eye has got to be the squashies box. For me, there's only one flavour of squashies that I'm interested in, and that is the classic drumstick, vanilla and strawberry. All the other ones, to me, are a bit of a letdown, but maybe I've missed one. Let me know, what's your favourite flavour of squashies? That's a bit off topic there, but squashies are legendary stuff. So this is the first parcel. Let's have a look. This is looking like a ruler to me. That is smart. A nice little brass and wood Rabone ruler. That is a strong start, that, to be fair. Straight out the gates with a folding ruler. Not quite your classic German inch stick, but this one is a Rabone made in England. I bet there's some age to this, but it's really nice. Shined up lovely, that brass, and it's not just wooden, it's got brass edging. It is imperial, it is in inches, so it does fall under the criteria of a Zollstock, which means inch stick in German. It says trademark Mockley Abbey, warranted boxwood, Rabone made in England, number 1112. But no date. Get on Google. First one to drop me a comment. When do you reckon this came from? What year was this made? Because that is still immaculate. That is really nice condition. Thank you very much for whoever sent that. I can't see a note or a name on this, but you know who you are. Whoever sent me this, drop me a comment. That'll take pride of place in my Zollstock collection. I love that. The first made in England Zollstock I've ever had. Fantastic. Right, what a start. Let's have a look for the next one. I think we'll go for this. So we've got a bit of Amazon packaging here. Some electrician scissors. That's a new brand on me, USAG. And a little case as well. Love that. USAG, USAG. And this looks like it's come from Italy. There's Italian writing on it. I like it. That is pretty nifty straight out the gate. So like a little tool case. It's easier to cut that in foam sometimes, especially for cables. And what have we got here? Pair of electrical imported by Stanley Black & Decker. There you go. Stanley Black & Decker own a lot of companies. Looks like they own USAG as well. Yeah, usag.it. So this looks like an Italian brand to me. And we've got a pair of electrical cutters. They're a nice chunky handle on them as well. That's a really nice set. And a little holster for them. Happy days. I might have to go in the old work pants. I've moved over to some Black Larder work pants. I'm testing them out at the moment and they are very, very comfortable. They're pretty cool. I like that. I like the nice chunky handle on them. That is really smart. Now this has come from Amazon, and again, there's no note on this, but whoever you are who sent some electrician scissors from Italy, that is awesome. I love that. Now it's a brand new brand as well, brand new brand on me. I don't have any USAG. That can go there, and the little case. We'll have a look, see what else arrives. Maybe something ends up in that case. Right, let's go for a big box next. This one, maybe I shouldn't be looking at the labels. There's a label on this one. I can see it says Rapid Tools. Maybe this has come from a company. And it looks like there's a bunch of stuff in here. Right, I love a utility knife. We've got a couple of them. I think we might have been looked after here with a giveaway because there's a lot of knives coming out of this box. Cool, that's like a box cutaway. You've got like a razor blade knife. Got a couple of this is looking like we might have a giveaway going here. Got 3 of 3 knives and we've got extra blades too. What a setup. What have we got here? I've got 9 utility knives. So let's have a look at these. This looks like your classic small compact utility knife. Rapid Tools, Burlington, Canada. So these have come all the way from Canada. What a cool send. Thank you very much, Rapid Tools. So we've got their classic utility knife. The blade looks a bit different. The actual utility blade here is serrated. I don't think I've ever seen a serrated Stanley blade. What do they call it? Yeah, serrated edge. So they've got a serrated edge utility blade, and then they've got this double length. Have you ever seen a double length utility blade? And I'm guessing that is the double length blade knife, extender blade. When we're talking quirky tools, that is a very quirky tool. A double length utility blade. Have you ever seen anything like that? That almost doesn't look right, does it? That looks mental. Oh, and it does slide all the way in. That's pretty cool. So you can go all the way in, and then you've got a standard long knife. But if you need that extra blade, obviously this is all sharp all the way along here. Still folding on itself. No, not quite. So you've got to tuck the blade in. That's a nice feeling. That's a nice aluminium body knife as well. I really like that. So that's a cool knife. This is your standard kind of style. And then we've got here a pivoting carpet knife. So done a bit of carpet fitting. I just used a standard knife, but I have seen this before. Carpet fitters like these square fronted knives so they don't damage the flooring underneath, I believe, because you don't have a point at the front. You've just got the sharp edge. And also you've got a couple of different lock positions. Look at that. So you can lock it back on itself. You can kind of tuck in a bit better. That is smart. Nice to have a Canadian brand, Rapid Edge. That is pretty cool. And we've got a few extra too. So we know we've got the foundation of a giveaway here. I'm not exactly sure what that giveaway is going to look like yet, but I put those ones there. And I've got 3 nice new knives for my utility knife collection, which is ever growing. I tell you, we've got a lot of utility knives and we've got some refills too. So that is an amazing little package. Thank you very much, Rapid Edge, for sending those out. Particularly like that double edge blade. That is pretty cool. Like there's definitely some applications where you need that extra blade length, and that is really good. Patented. Love it. Well, that was a great pick. Full box of goodies. Before I open the next one though, let's have a word from our sponsor. Jonathan from the future here, and we missed a parcel. A parcel turned up after I'd finished filming. This is from Nick, and he sent me a message on Instagram, and I know this is something pretty cool that I wanted to include. And it's also the perfect time to tell you about this video's sponsor, Saily. Now, I travel quite a lot for videos. You've seen me go to America, Germany, France. I've been all over the place looking for tools. And what's the first thing that happens when you land in a new country or you fly over a border? You get a text. Roaming charges. You're going to get charged through the nose for data. Well, there's a cheaper alternative, and it's called Saily. It's an app that you download to your phone, and then you can select an eSIM plan for whatever country you're in, and you can get much, much better deals. So let's open the box and get into it. And you might be asking, the same as me, what is an eSIM? Well, essentially, an eSIM is a digital SIM card, and it replaces the little SIM tray and the SIM card in your phone. So when you kind of land in a different country, you're not having to open the SIM tray, switch the cards out, potentially lose your SIM card, which would be a nightmare, and it would be a right pain, especially when you come back to your home country. But with an eSIM, it just overrides, this is looking cool, it just overrides your SIM card, and it connects to the network. It'll only use that data plan that you've gone for, just avoiding those really expensive roaming charges. Here we go, this is something very special. This was sent from Nick. Thank you very much, and thanks for the picture on Instagram. I'm glad we got it in time, because that is something special. I really like that. He's even gone for the SF Shield logo, which I don't use very often. Kind of there, we got the SF logo on the shoulder. That I know I've got a great spot for that on my bookcase. So back to the eSIM. eSIMs are super simple to set up. The plans can be as little as 7 days. There's no hassle, no stress. It's very easy to set it up on the app. And you can check on the app before you travel to make sure that the country is covered. And then when you get there, you've got absolute peace of mind knowing you've got an eSIM. You're going to stay connected with no hassle and no stress. And if you want to take advantage of that deal, use code JONNA at checkout, download the Saily app, or go to saily.com/Jonna. Thanks very much to Saily for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the quirky tools. Right, so back to the boxes. I think I'll go for this nice clean looking one. I think this must have been repacked by Matt. I've been told some of the packaging was a bit too obvious and maybe give the game away. So this is pretty cool though, nice plain package. And what's in here? That's not a tool. Hohem. That's awesome. We've been sent an iSteady. That is pretty nifty. Could be classed as a tool. Certainly makes your mobile phone into a more versatile tool. To be fair, mobiles nowadays are a pretty good utility tool in the things they can do. If it's not the calculator you're using, it's the torch, or it's the notepad, or it's the camera. If you've ever done any wiring and you've not taken a photo with your phone before you've started disconnecting things, you're missing a trick. That is probably the most powerful tool you've got on you. So what's this? It's the iSteady V3 AI tracking smartphone gimbal. That is not something I was expecting to be opening today. That is awesome. I do film a fair bit on my mobile when I'm out shopping in different countries to be a little bit discreet. I've used a few things. I've used a DJI Osmo, that's quite discreet, but quite often I will use my mobile. It's the idea that I could just mount my mobile in this. It's got a nice weight to it, this. It feels solid, but it's still quite small and compact. Next time I'm out filming in a shop, I'll give this a go and I'll let you know then how I'm finding it.
That's a story for another day.
Right, let's go for another one. I think we'll go for a little package this time. Aha! What a product, the margin marker. I've got one of these already. I've got a margin marker in my journey to 100k wall, and this is a fantastic little gadget. And we've got 3 more now. We've got some unique colours. He's doing a silver and a gold one. These were invented by a fantastic carpenter from Norway, I think it was. Norway or Denmark. Pretty sure it was Norway. And it's a patented little device for helping you get even gaps around all your architrave and trim around doors. And here we go. I've got 3 more now. This one looks very similar to this one, the same shade of green possibly. And then we've got a gold and a silver one. which I quite like. Something a bit special. Maybe need to upgrade the one in my wall to the silver to match the play button. That feels quite apt, doesn't it? And then we've got the gold one for when we hit the 1 million. So make sure you subscribe and help us get to that 1 million, because a lot of you watching aren't subscribed. It surprises me, the figures. Some of our videos have done 200, 300k views, and we're only on 150k subscribers. Where's all the other... Where's the other 150k? So make sure you click the subscribe button and click the bell icon. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe and it really helps the channel. Next up, let's go for this other little package. The little packages are quite intriguing. What is in this thing? It's got a little sticker, TMV on the back. It's TMV. 3M Vintage Engineering. Oh, we've got notes as well. It says, thank you for having a look at our feeler blades, Mike, TMV. And that is 3M Vintage Engineering. Panel gap gauge. Please note that these are a precision tool. Misuse of the tool will result in damage and less accurate results. Nice. We've got a 1mm feeler gauge, a 0.5mm, 2mm. These are like plastic little feeler gauges. I've got a load of feeler gauges, but I've never had any plastic ones. All mine are dealing in thou and microns for precision gaps in metalwork. But a little set of plastic feeler gauges, that's pretty nice to make sure you've got even gaps. That's a pretty cool addition. Definitely a new tool for the toolkit. So thanks for taking the time to send me one. Let's have a look at the next parcel. Let's go for this one. Another blank package. I'm guessing this one was giving the game away as well. Ooh, look at that. That's a pretty cool little bit of packaging. Season's greetings. We're a few months past the seasons of greetings, but you can give a greeting in any season, can't you, I suppose? Knipex, one of the most well-known German brands. Still nobody knows how to pronounce it. Is it Knipex, which I say, or is it Knipex?
K-Nip-X. Knipex.
Nice little thing that is. That is a 180mm long little set of Cobra grips. Now, that is the perfect size for a little compact toolkit. A little kit you might have in your car, your glove box, or in your boot somewhere. Just a little kind of emergency readiness toolkit. I love that. Whoever sent, there's no note again. So whoever sent that, big shout out. Thank you very much for sending me a little gift. That is definitely a quirky tool. One I've seen before, the Knipex Cobra grips. I don't think I've got any in the wall, but I've definitely got a few pairs of Cobra grips, but I don't have a 180 size, and I am putting together a compact toolkit. So I quite like the nice black handle too. It's just a nice little colour that, and it's limited edition, which is also a winner. Happy days, that is definitely going in this toolkit. Right, on to the next one. Let's go for this one. This is the biggest box yet. Let's have a look what's in here. Wow, there's a whole bunch of stuff in this one. And we've got some Rothenberger. Shout out to the guys at Rothenberger. They did say they were going to send me something a while back, and here we go. They haven't just sent me one thing. There's a whole ruck of stuff in here. Happy days. Right, so what have we got? We've got a full set of their pliers and snips. I think these are made by NWS. I've had a look at these before. I'm sure I was looking at these at the installer show. We were looking at the Rothenberger stuff on their booth, and they've got the same little nib that the NWS pliers have got. So you can put like a little volt stick on the handle. They're really nicely made in German, really good quality cutters and snips. And we've got a pair of long nose pliers, a pair of snips. We've also got a pair, what are these here? Electrical wire strippers. They're cool. They're a bit of an unusual looking wire stripper, they are. Not your classic design wire stripper, because they don't have like a little screw on them. They've also got like a bit of a cable share going on. Interesting, made in Germany as well, wire stripper. Cuts and strips 5 to 16mm, so that's it. So it's for a much thicker cable. This is a really thick cable wire stripper. That's pretty cool. And we've got a pair of their grips as well, water pump pliers. Oh, they're similar size to the old Knipex ones. I think the Knipex have got like a smoother grip in the hand, a bit smaller. He's got a chunkier handle, but you always need 2 pairs of grips. When you need 1 pair of grips, usually you need 2. So that has worked out like a bit of magic, that has. Happy days. What else have we got here? We've got, that is a little beauty. I have to say, that has caught my eye. A little mini wrench, 18mm jaw. That's definitely for the compact toolkit, isn't it? That's a lovely little spanner, that is. I'm happy days with that. And then last but no, oh no, not last, we've got a torch as well. That's a nice little torch, big magnet on the end. And it's got like a bit of a directional torch on one end, and then it's got a bit of a flood. That's pretty cool, and with a strong magnet on it as well. That is a nice aluminium torch. What a little toolkit I've been sent here. That is ideal. And then last but no means least, we've got the Rothenberger Row Cut 42mm pipe cutter. Now, I've had a few pipe cutters, but this thing feels meaty. This is a sturdy looking tool. 2-in-1 new function, so we can do 20mm pipe. We've got like 2 little sections here for 2 different pipe sizes. Twin cut, you cut 2 pipes at once even. That is a chunky cutter, that is. That is better than any of the ratcheting cutters I've got already. That is definitely an upgrade. So what a tool that is. That is a little beauty, that is. Made in Spain as well. Don't get many tools made in Spain. Thank you very much, Rothenberger. What a little toolkit you've sent me there. There's not enough space in here now, but happy days. Right, we're filling up the toolbox here. I'd say I might need a bigger toolbox. Right, next up, we've got another Amazon looking parcel. And this is something totally different. It's another bit of tech. We've got a Topdon jump starter pack. Now that is a tool you want in your boot of your car. This is an absolute get out of jail free card if you've ever had problems with your car battery. I've actually got one of these. I don't go anywhere without having a bit of an emergency kit I've never had to save myself with it. I've never had to jump start my own car, but I've jump started a few friends' cars and helped get other people out of trouble. But this is a much more compact version to the thing I've got. It comes in a lovely little case too. That is a really nice little compact kit. And we've got the battery clips. It's already 75% charged. So that is beast. That is a little beast, that is. I have been talking about doing like a compact toolkit to go in the boot of your car, and I actually got a really amazing wheel brace that folds down from Castorama in France, and I also picked up a really clever wheel brace from Lowe's in America. They're both pretty good and they fold down flat. That, combined with this, with a few other bits, would be a really great emergency kit. So thank you very much, Topdon. Maybe you saw me mention that in my Castorama video, and that inspired you to send the jump starter kit, but that is pretty good. Right, next one. So we've had a good mix of stuff so far. I'm pretty impressed with that. And what have we got in here? This is VCE Link, and we've got 3 of them. Oh, a bit of pink. That's a colour of a tool you don't see very often. I've actually been working on a pink toolkit, and it was an absolute nightmare hunting down pink tools. And I don't believe I saw a VCE Link or a VCE Link screwdriver kit. This says it's a precision screwdriver kit. 45 pieces, pink screwdriver kit. I think this might be a nice addition to our pink toolkit. They call it pink tool disease, and that is if a tool's pink, it costs a lot more or it's very bad quality. This thing looks pretty nifty. So we've got a little handle, we've got an extension piece. I'd say cheap and cheerful, this little set. I can't imagine it would be a very expensive little kit, but they've sent us 3, so that's very, very kind of VCE Link, and that definitely goes into the plans of doing a giveaway on this video, because I've got an extra 2 kits, so it's looking like I have to do a couple of bundles. Happy days. Thanks very much, VCE Link. Let's have a look at the next one. I can see Rapid Edge again. Right, so maybe they sent us 2 at the same time, and there's 2 different boxes. Happy days. Right, we've got another couple of knives and some blades. And a holder of blades. That's pretty cool. Hey, I tell you what, they just keep coming. The Rapid Edge are the knife specialists, the Canadian knife specialists. Got more blades, another long knife, another box knife. That's 3 of each. And a set of cool scissors too. Offset scissors. That's pretty cool. Serrated edge, large soft handles. Now, a good set of scissors is a must for any toolkit. Now, a set of offset scissors just make life that little bit easier if you're cutting a lot of sheet material and you're kind of like cutting long lengths on a table. I don't have a set of offset scissors, so that is awesome. And we've got the card here from Simon Medhurst. Thanks very much, Simon, for sending us all of these tools. You've sent us a bundle of stuff now, and I think it's becoming a little bit clearer what we've got. We've got 3 of the box knife cutters, the carpet cutters. We've got 3 of the long knives and then 3 of the utility knives. We've also got, this is pretty cool, isn't it? This is like a blade refill pack. All purpose, serrated, these are the serrated edge blades. Has anyone else seen serrated edge utility knife blades? Because that is an absolute new one on me. And I've had a lot of different utility knives over the years. Never seen serrated blades, and it just makes sense. I think certain applications would really benefit from a serrated blade. That is nifty. So this actually goes on your belt and give you refills straight out of that nifty little holder. That is cool. Rapid Edge have really got some interesting stuff going. So the offset scissors are a definite for my toolkit. That's a real winner. And we've got some extra blade packs, which I think we can put with the knives. So each knife that we send out, we can send some refills with it, which is pretty happy days. Little packs of serrated blades. Have we got enough for a refill with every pack? Because if we have, Rapid Edge have really hooked us up. They've seen the channel, they know what we do. Oh, I've got a 4 set of everything. I suppose that's for my ones over here. So we've got refills for these knives. We've got the nice full box of refills. And actually, I've missed another item here. We've got the snap-off knife. That is a chunky old snap-off knife, that is. That is more than 18 mil. 25 mil, beastie, serrated. And that's really, really smooth. That's not like clicking, click, click, click like they usually do. That's like, just lock it in whatever position you need. And then a box of refills too. Tell you what, we've been sorted for knives. Thank you very much, Rapid Edge. I'm guessing that one's not from you, so I think that is it from Rapid Edge, but that is a whole ruck of stuff. And it might be that we have to do the 3 VCE Links with the 3 knife kits, because that gives us a nice even 3. So happy days. Thank you very much, Simon at Rapid Edge, for sending all that. That brings us to the last parcel, and I've saved it to last because I can see a little note written on the back. We've not had many notes, but this one says, please keep this side up if you can, thanks, and a smiley face. So I'm getting good vibe. Oh, and on the bottom as well, it says, help me, I'm upside down. Flip me over, you know you want to. I hope there's not food in this. It's making me think they're all like cupcakes or something, and if you flip it over, it's going to ruin the icing. I don't know how long this box has sat for, But I don't think they're going to be up to much, these cupcakes, if that's what it is. Happy days. Well, whoever sent this, thank you very much for the extra little notes on the box. Hey, I can see some shadow foam straight out the gate. That is a very good sign. I hope this isn't just a customer return. They've sent some shadow foam back to me. Oh, and there's a note on it. Happy days. Right, let's have a look. It says, John, having followed your channel for some time now, I eventually started to getting around to sorting my tools out in my van and decided to make the commitment to gradually put them all in shadow foam, and I'm thrilled that I did. Happy days. I'm very glad to hear that, Rich. As a token of appreciation for all the work you put into the videos and the development and continual improvement you put into a great product, I've made you a little gift. I hope it fits in somewhere. All the best, Rich. P.S. The switch is on the left side. The switch is on the left side. And that's his order slip as well, so he's bought some foam. Let's have a look. The switch is on the left side. How intriguing is that? What? That is amazing. The switch is on the left side. Oh, that is amazing. Emergency use only. And he's laser engraved. He's laser engraved the shadow foam logo on the spanner. 10 mil. That is the size you always need. A 10 mil emergency spanner. That is amazing. That is going to have pride of place. I know exactly where that's going. That is going on in my office on my shelves. What an awesome little thing that is. That's why I wanted it to be this side up, so the spanner didn't go rattling around inside. Wow, what an item to end on. I'm glad we saved that one till the end. Thank you very much, Rich. That is very, very special that you've made that for me. I really appreciate it. What a little haul of tools that is. We've got nearly a full toolkit there, from all the pliers and the knives and a few little quirky little pickups as well at the margin marker. That is a pretty good spread of tools. Thank you to everyone who sent a parcel in. We are probably going to do a follow-up because we've had a few notes from people saying, oh, I'm going to send you something, I'm going to send you something. And we just thought, well, we'll do another one. If you've got something in the post and maybe it's not been included, do not worry, we will include it in another follow-up video. So if you do want to send something, we'll put an address on the screen and we'll put it in the description as well. So don't worry, we'll do another follow-up video. Get your quirky tools over to us. Anything you found that's pretty quirky, you'd like me to have a look at or review, get it in the post and we can include it in the next big box opening. But we've got a pretty cool giveaway this time with some quirky knives all the way from Canada. So as always, all you've got to do is drop a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like the video, that really helps as well. And then we draw the winners anywhere in the world, no matter where you are, we'll send the prize out to you. We've got a full playlist going now, about 15, 16 giveaway draws. If you want to see that, we'll put a link as well. All of our giveaways are in their own little playlist and they're pretty fun. I'll read out all the comments and respond to them. There's some fun comments come through. So get your comments down below. All we've got to do now is tidy all of this up. We'll put a layout together and I'll show you how easy it is to cut all these tools in shadow foam. There we go, all the foam is cut, bit of a whirlwind cutting section there, but it's the same as always. I lay all the tools out exactly how I want them. I had too many tools to do one insert, so fortunately shadow foam inserts come in twin packs anyway. So I had 2 Milwaukee Fuel inserts and we've done 2 layers, which still fit in here absolutely perfectly, to be fair. So if you are in the market for a nice, cheap and cheerful toolbox, I recommend going on Facebook Marketplace, searching for Milwaukee Fuel cases, or even search online, because a lot of the dealers have these on clearance. You can get 2 inserts and you can fit a lot of tools in one of these, which is pretty cool. So as always, all I did to cut the shadow foam was place the items where I wanted them to go, cut around them with the scalpel. That comes in one of the cutting kits. This is one of our cutting kits. These come free with most orders at shadowfoam.com, and we do inserts for every single power tool box. Not just the common modular systems, but also some of the more uncommon boxes, like the Milwaukee Fuel. So whatever toolbox you've got, we'll have some shadow foam inserts to fit in there directly, and we do standard blank sheets too. So if you don't know where to start with shadow foam, start with a starter kit. We'll put a link in the description or up here to go and grab yourself your very own starter kit. That is basically a pack of standard size sheets in any of the 10 colours. We've got 30mm and 50mm packs. You get one of the cutting kits and you get Shadow Foam's All Stock. If you don't know what that is, it's the ultimate Shadow Foam collectible, and I've got one right here. It's a 2-metre folding ruler with Shadow Foam on it. I love them. I collect All Stocks, and you get one of those free. So the starter kit is the perfect place to start. So go and grab yours now. We've got a great offer on the starter kit. We'll put a link in the description. Thank you for everybody who sent some tools in. I'm pretty overawed with what's been sent, and in particular, this is pretty incredible. I am really, really buzzed with that. The effort that's gone into that is next level. I really appreciate it, Rich. So thank you very much. That is going to have pride of place on my shelves. The giveaway is a full utility knife bundle. So you know what to do. Drop a comment down below this video about any of the tools that you've seen, anything that stood out to you. Get in the comments, talk some tools. I do read all the comments and I reply to as many as I can. So get involved. All of the comments, wherever you are in the world, are entered into the prize draw. And I literally just use a random comment picker, pick a winner, talk about it in a video. We've got a full playlist down below of all of our previous winners, so you can see exactly where they've all gone. We've got loads of happy winners now. So make sure you're involved, and the only thing you've got to do is subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. So click the subscribe button, click the little bell icon, and that means you'll get notification when our videos launch. That's really important. Drop a like on the video. Why not? Do that. if you liked it, drop a like, and you'll be in with a chance of winning one of our little knife bundles. Now, these have come all the way from Canada. I can't imagine there's many of these in the UK. So we've got 3 bundles. We've got the extended knife, we've got the box cutter knife, and we've got the serrated knife. And all 3 of those knives come with a pack of refills too, and the VCE Link 45-in-1 precision screwdriver set in pink. So a perfect little bundle to add to your starter kit. Make sure you get your comments in. Thank you everybody for watching the video. If you've stayed all the way to the end, shout out to you guys. You helped tell YouTube that this was a good video, so thank you very much. If you missed out or your thing's in the post, we're going to do a follow-up video probably in a few months. We'll put an address on the screen now. It's in the description. Send your tools over. Quirky, interesting, anything you would like me to have a look at on video and react to. And if you want to give me something in person, maybe, I am at a lot of different shows this year. The one that's creeping up on us is Maker Central. That is in May. We'll put a link in the description for Maker Central too. I'm going to be there with bells on because I love Maker Central. We've been 4 years running and there is always something interesting to see. Loads of different creators to meet. One of my personal favourites and a good friend, Colin Furs, is there again this year. He's always absolutely slammed at Maker Central, but he's a great guy. I always have a good catch up with him and he's always got some interesting merch on the go. And I think he might have some tools even this year, which is pretty exciting. Loads of other makers and creators, loads of quirky tools and some handmade British tools as well. So we've got a great video on Maker Central from last year. We'll put a link up here or down in the description for our tool hunt from last year's Maker Central. I'm there again this year, so we'll put a link. Go and get your tickets. I think tickets are selling fast for this year's Maker Central, so don't miss out. Get yourself a ticket. Come and see me at Maker Central. And if you like the look of the t-shirt, I think this is probably the most complex design we've ever done. It's a pretty out there design. I'm really happy with it. If you like the look of it, grab yours now. We've got a limited number of these, but we'll have a link directly below this video, or as always, go to shadowfoam.com. We've got a little button for our merch page, and there's loads of hoodies and t-shirts and jumpers on there, and a couple of our classic t-shirts, and the brand new Tool Array t-shirt as well. So go and grab yours from shadowfoam.com or below this video. And a big thank you for everybody who subscribed and got us to 150k. It doesn't feel like very long ago at all that I was building the 100k tool panel, and we just received that plaque, and we're already 50% ahead of where we were. So we are building some momentum and it's really exciting, and it's opened the door to some bigger projects. So big thanks to everybody who subscribed and helped make that happen. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.